Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. Apostate Prophet. I've been doing this whole Apostate Prophet thing for like 2 years now, and lately I've just been thinking, where am I really headed with all of this? We have come to 200,000 subscribers, which is really great, and thank you all so much for supporting that. But when I look at Islam, I might have 200,000 subscribers, but Islam has 1.6 billion subscribers. And I only have these 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, where people have to click a subscribe button, while Islam has people subscribed in their hearts to Islam. Because let's not deny it, it's a great religion. It's beautiful. For 2 years now, I have been out here just talking all kinds of stuff about Islam and criticizing it and finding reasons to mock Islam and to talk against Islam. And what am I really doing with all this? Why am I picking up such petty things and talking criticism? Sure, Islam did spread from a tiny point in only 150 years to vast lands beyond its own land, but maybe it did just spread to all those countries by just defending itself. It spread to the Middle East by defending itself, and spread to North Africa by defending itself, and spread to Anatolia defending itself, and it even defended itself through Spain to France, where it was stopped. We might sometimes falsely perceive an attack on us as an aggression, but in reality, the Islamic empires, when they were conquering and taking slaves and converting lands, maybe they were just defending themselves. Have you ever thought about that? Because I have thought about that, and it makes sense, and that's what Muslims have been telling me all the time. And what about Muhammad's child marriage? I mean, I have talked about it so often. I've mentioned so often that Muhammad married Aisha when she was quite young. But, I mean, seriously, I have just kept blaming him and calling him a pedophile, calling him a pervert and a child. But if I was in such a situation, I mean, think about this for a second. If I was in such a situation, and if I had a dream of my best friend's daughter, and if I saw her wrapped open in my dream and belonging to me, and I went to my friend and said, "Hey, I want to marry your daughter." If that happened, would you blame me for that? And just because the girl happens to be 6 years old? Seriously, come on, think for a second. And the thing is, you have to think this through. Muhammad waited 3 years. He might have married her when she was 6 years old because he really had to, because he saw her in a dream. And when you see someone, and when you see that you marry a girl in a dream, you don't want to wait. You want to go and get married. You want to ask her dad, even if she's 6 years old. Who cares? And he waited 3 years until she was 9 years old because he was reasonable enough not to. She was too young when she was only 6, and that's crazy. I mean, can you think about it? He was in his 50s, 53 or something like that, and she was only 6. Of course, he waited a few more years until he was like 55 or 56, until she was 9, and then he only consummated the marriage, and only then he had sex with her. When we call something pedophilia, do we really understand the meaning of pedophilia, or should we maybe just lean back and think about it for a second? Because in the end, we're talking about the Holy Prophet, the prophet of billions of people in this world. You can't just judge him by the standards of you and me. If you, yes, you who are sitting there, if you were a 50-year-old man, maybe you are a 50-year-old man, maybe you are 60, and if you decided to marry a 6-year-old girl and unite your beds when she's 9, we might call you a pedophile, and maybe you should deal with that. But in the end, we're talking about the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet. It's the Holy Prophet. He's a Holy Prophet, and 1.6 billion people learned to call him a Holy Prophet before they learned that he married a child, and before they learned that marrying a child is a wrong thing. So in the end, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? We have reports in which we see that Muhammad would play with her and would race with her and would let her play with her dolls at home. So, you know, you know, what am I doing? And honestly, if I lived in a Muslim land, and if the law of the Muslim land, because it is an Islamic land, saw it right, fit to execute me because I no longer want to believe in Islam, because I no longer want to accept the religion of the state, which is a great shame because that's the religion of the land. I can't just deny the religion of the land. If they wanted to execute me for that, who am I to speak against that? And who am I to judge this religion in the end and to say this is not a religion of peace? Maybe peace is relative, and maybe sometimes peace can be provided by chopping off people's heads for refusing to believe in the religion that you hold dear, because that religion is maybe what provides peace in this nation. And maybe if I leave this religion, maybe I am endangering the peace of this nation, which is why this nation needs to. I mean, I'm glad I'm not there. So, I'm in America now, where let's admit it, free speech is not such a great thing. I mean, people, I have been here, I've been sitting here and lying and lying and lying and lying the hell out of it, and making up lies and insulting and mocking Islam, insulting and mocking the Holy Prophet Muhammad, just lying about how Islam is awful and how Islam is bad and how Islam is violent, and how Muhammad basically convinced his Arab people back then to follow him by promising them that they will have by promising them virgins in heaven, because everyone wants to have a virgin, right? Let's face it. Come on, let's face it. Everyone wants to have a virgin, and he promised them virgins with big breasts and big eyes and transparent skin. And the thing is, that's just what people desired. And anyways, let's not get into the whole sex fantasies and pedophilia and sex issues and sex slaves in heaven, all that stuff in Islam. It's enough. In the end, I have been sitting here and talking crap about Islam for what? For attention, for views, for money, and because I really wanted Jews to like me. I, I did it. I have been doing this for the Jews. I have been doing this for the Jews, and I don't see any. I don't. Where are you guys? Where are you, man? Come on. I have defended Jews from bad talk, from abuse, for quite a while, and I don't see the whole thing here. I don't. They said Israel would support me. They said Israel would fund me. They said America, CIA, the Jews, the people with, they would fund me, they would support me all the time, all that stuff. But where are those people? Where are those people? I have been relying on that for 2 years. Where are those people? I haven't received a single call from the Jews. I haven't received a single call from Israel. I haven't gotten anything out of this at all. So what am I really doing here? Am I wasting my time? Am I wasting my life when I could just go out there and could just have a happy life? When I could just go out there and let people believe in what they want to believe in without judging it, without judging violence, without judging executions, without judging sexual perversion, without judging pedophilia, without judging sex virgins in heaven, without judging child abuse, without judging the beating of women, without judging slavery, without judging sex slavery, without judging a book that is not very coherent, but that we have learned was the holy book of Allah. I'm done with this. I'm done. Apostate prophet, I'm done. I want to apologize to all Muslims. I want to say sorry for all the pain and suffering that I have caused, because honestly, Islam causes enough pain and suffering in your lives, and I don't want to add to that. So, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Have a good day. It was a great time. Thanks, and whatever. Come on, stay away from Islam.